Now, going over to the political part podcast, you have Steven Crowder finds the Department of Justice admitting that the indictments against Donald Trump were in fact politically motivated. Now, this comes to us straight from Steven Crowder's good old X-Twitter profile, in which he says, quote, breaking, the Department of Justice Chief of Public Affairs admits Trump indictments are a politically motivated, quote, perversion of justice, reveals lawfare involved in making former president a, quote, convicted felon backfired on Democrats, claims his former colleague, Alan Bragg's case is nonsense and alleges he was, quote, stacking charges. Alan Bragg, just stacked charges and rearranged things just to make it fit a case. I think the case is nonsense. It's perversion of justice. It's a travesty of justice. It's a mockery of justice. The whole thing is disgusting. This is why Trump is surging in the polls. We'll watch the first minute or two. It's about 13 minutes and 18 seconds long. Again, just go to Steven Crowder's extra profile to see the entire thing. This is thanks to the Mug Club Undercover.
He was stacking charges and rearranging things just to make it fit a case. Make the case is nonsense. It's a perversion of justice. To make him a convict, a convict.
Also, not to be that looks again, I'm not a watch aficionado, but it kind of looks like a Rolex Submariner, which is like $13,000. Why does a government employee have that again? And again, I can't tell. I can't make out the Rolex logo or anything. The style is of that.
Rearranging things just to make it fit a case. Make the case is nonsense. It's a perversion of justice. To make him a convict, a convicted felon. It affects his candidacy if he's a convicted felon. It's a travesty of justice, a mockery of justice.
You'll be watching today is not perversion of justice. How do you know? Because Biase says so, and he's known him for 15 years. Election interference, at this point, is there any doubt?
Are those even actual felonies? Because I was pretty sure that...
He was stacking charges and rearranging things just to make it fit a case. No, to be honest with you, I think the case is nonsense. Every real estate person in New York does what he did. Nobody's ever been charged with this until him. And that's why he's surging in the polls. It's a perversion of justice.
Those felonies did nothing to stop Trump from running.
No, in fact, they made him more relevant.
Did that backfire?
Sure did.
And was that Alvin Bragg's choice to do that? Or why?
Oh, this apparently is the... Oh, let me pull up his name here. Nicholas Bias, who's a chief public affairs, U.S. Department of Justice.
Sure did.
And was that Alvin Bragg's choice to do that? Or why?
Because Alvin's very ambitious.
What do you mean?
He wants to be, something. I don't know what. Mayor. I'm not sure what he wants to be, but I know he's not happy just being the DA of New York County. So this is like before he decided to prosecute Trump. Did you know who he was? You do now.
What was the point of even doing it then?
To make him a convict.
To make him what?
A convicted felon.
What if he can still run for presidency and...
Yeah, but it affects his candidacy if he's a convicted felon.
I was trying to count the lawsuits. I was like, I wonder how many are against him. I think it's called Lawfare.
Yes.
That's what I've gathered from that.
That is what they call it.
So how does this even happen? How can it happen? How can the local and state level courts try President Trump with more ease and less red tape than the federal courts? That doesn't seem right to the uninitiated, but you are the uninitiated. Good thing Biase isn't.
I mean, at the federal level where I work, there is a 90-day rule where you can't make any decisions on cases that are going to affect an election. That rule does not apply at the state level because the state level is like the Wild West. They're like idiots. They don't care. They're all political. So So yeah, this guy's probably going to try to lock him up, and it's going to be ugly. They're so obsessed with getting him.
Who is they? How do they get away with that?
It's a different system. Like the state level and the federal level are like night and day. It's hard to explain, but like there are so many more rules in the federal level, and they're like the threshold for a crime is so much higher. Like I said, the state level is like the Wild West of law. It's like very, for lack of a better term, unregulated. Less checks and balances.
And
You get the case. Again, if you want to see the whole interview, just go to Steven Crowder's Twitter profile. And yeah, I think it's the biggest story of the year. I don't know how many people. I mean, I hope every American should see the story. It's huge. It's the biggest corruption of justice we've seen in our lifetime, maybe in the United States. And just, I was gonna say, put another dollar in the jar for Alex Jones is right. Yeah, another conspiracy theory proven to be true with a lawfare. And now they're admitting it. Now, where you want to be held accountable in terms of the government, I'm pretty skeptical to say the least. Our profile got 13.6 million views as well as 69,000 likes. One of the first comments coming from Chuck Costello saying, quote, "They know they can't win," getting 4.3 thousand likes. Steven responds saying, quote, "Most free and fair election of our lives," getting 5.3. It's making 5. Oh, thought it'd be 5.4 thousand likes. No, I did like it, but was not the final vote needed. Julia Ellis says, "Wow," getting 1.1 thousand likes. Steven says it's unreal, getting 1.5 thousand likes. Let's see here. Base Electrician says, quote, "It's a shame we have to investigate what we already know to prove it's the people ignorant to understand, and they still don't believe it." Getting 151 likes. Oh, I'm sure they'll say this is a fake video or some BS like that, or they won't believe it. I'm sure there are some people who are just so far down that path. I don't know if they'll ever really change. America Papa Bear says, quote, "Of course it is. They knew damn well the charges shouldn't be brought or it wouldn't stick. They just wanted to label him as a felon during the election. Same-stick games are being played with Benny and Tim right now. They just want accusations. It doesn't matter if it's true." Getting 990 likes, which, yep, when you ask people, why don't you want to vote for Trump? A lot of people just say, oh, he's a felon. He's a convicted felon. Mostly people who are mentally vacuous, but yeah. I mean, in a way, it did work. It polarized a lot more people against Donald Trump. It got a few people more to support him, so he did surge in the polls, but I think it galvanized further people who are leftist. Paul Zupa says, quote, "Holy crap, this is effing huge," getting 616 likes. Let's see here. Take This Viral says, "No truer words have ever been spoken." It's Jim from The Office, the cliche pointing at the whiteboard meme. It says, the first picture is, "Everything horrible that you said would happen under the orange man actually happened under your pedo man," getting 1.3 thousand likes. General, I don't know, this can't be real. Is it really General Mike Flynn? Really? I guess he's yeah, it really is, yeah. I don't know how I'm not already following him, but I am now. But General Mike Flynn says, quote, "Crowder, this is nuts. Sadly, even this exposure won't stop them from committing massive fraud against the American people." Getting 3.2 thousand likes. Emergent Perspective says, quote, "The DOJ has become a political enforcement arm of the deep state that occasionally does law enforcement and keep up appearances." Yeah. There you can see a cartoon of the perversion of government, and it's the fourth branch of government. Oh, I should know this. I planted a lot of trees. My family was very much into the, I'm not sure what you actually call that, the specific arboretum enthusiasm. But yeah, it's a tree with the fourth branch looking dilapidated growing out. It says CIA, NSA, FBI, TSA. They got 1.2 thousand likes. Roger Stone says, "God bless Steven Crowder for bringing up the truth," getting 1,000 likes. Here, Junita Broderick says, quote, "Exactly why millions have redirected from Kamala's campaign to congressional races," getting 2.5 thousand likes. There's any contrarian statements here. Thus far, not so much. The one by the name of Kamala HQ / Tim Walz Lies says, quote, "We knew it. It's all lawfare." There's a sign painted red with a hammer and sickle. Soviet Union saying Democrats are communists, getting 1,000 likes. Let's see. CC says, "Trump is the most innocent man in the room, always has been and always will be. He is a threat to their pockets," getting 540 likes. KC says there needs to be some heads rolling and make examples of these traitors, getting 501 likes, which I'm a little skeptical to say the least in terms of, do I think anyone from the government will actually be held accountable for this? No. Maybe they'll get a paid leave of absence like they often do in the public sector. Cochise says, quote, when you say he's not the bad guy, I respectfully disagree. Oh, contrarian statement. He continues saying, quote, most not, maybe not the, but definitely a bad guy. He knew it all along as an employee of the DOJ and said nothing while Trump is being convicted of multiple felonies. Oh, okay, so yeah, I actually agree with that. So this individual is talking about the person who's being interviewed by the undercover reporter. It got 749 likes. Because again, he did nothing. I mean, that person who's admitting this on tape, and they don't know it, but yeah, they could have brought this to public months ago or years ago. But what is that age-old famous quote about all evil needs to do to succeed is for evil to succeed, it only takes good men to do nothing. That quote perhaps has never been more true than today. You have someone by the name of Discussion for Truth saying, quote, sounds like Trump had evidence he needs to get after, or sorry, sounds like Trump has the evidence he needs now to go after Bragg and the arrested Department of Justice for election interference. True, getting 787 likes. Yeah. Trump likes lawsuits. Bring that suit now. Chicago One Ray says, if Jack Dorsey was still here, the video would be taken down. Yep. 10 million views. Thanks, Elon, getting 647 likes, which is why it's the only social media platform I actually pay for. Not to brag, but I do have a blue check mark on my profile at #TheToppingShow. See here. Mindy M.F. Robinson says, quote, Dems should be shaming themselves about how blatantly they've been to cheat this time to try to win. I don't think they'll allow an election. They'll find some fake reason or false light to shut it down. I mean, 380 likes. Maybe another pandemic. Who knows? So, yeah, the biggest story of the year. It'll be interesting to see at the end of the day how many, because again, I mean, a lot of votes is, how many people in the middle can you find? How many people can you really win over with your hearts and minds? And how many of them can you convince that, hey, your plans to fix the country or fix these problems are the most effective ones? So I'm not sure how many people in the middle will see that at the end of the day, but hopefully we'll be able to, hopefully this will make a huge, profound impact on the upcoming election. And let me know. I mean, there are some people where they'll see this, they'll just say, oh no, it's not real. I mean, do you think anyone will, do you know anyone in your circle of friends who might benefit from seeing that video? Again, just go to Steven Crowder's extra profile for the full, undercover report. But yeah, one of the biggest impacts, and again, also, I guess it's not really considered social media, one of the few medias that I pay for is Steven Crowder's Mug Club, which is how they are able to fund all these groundbreaking, revolutionary undercover investigations. That's how they fund the show. And also, it also hosted famously on Rumble, which is one of the, so I always post their daily for my daily show as well as my interview show. So at the end of the day, let me know, what do you think is going to be the outcome of the video, and how much of an impact do you think it can have on the upcoming election? As always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.